What is up, YouTube? Vibor Rebel. After hours of trying to figure out how to get the mic work again, I finally figured it out, and I'm here to bring you some more Supreme Roller 1936. Unfortunately, I have finished the Italian campaign after the recording, and it was nothing spectacular. Another thing I noticed is that I skipped over practically all of the other game mechanics, practically everything. So this time I hope to at least try and make it more, I don't know what to say, make it more informative, because I'm trying to pick a country to play as. I don't want to play as Germany or United States or USSR. I'm going to go with the true and prideful United States of America, because of course they fought, to me, they fought the hardest war, which was in the Pacific. I don't care what anyone says, that was the most brutal fighting there, Korea, and in Vietnam were the most brutal. Now were the attacks in Stalingrad and on the Eastern Front between Germany and USSR bloody? Yes. But as an American, I find the Pacific more bloody. Alright. I think I'll leave everything as it is. Alright, I'm back. One thing about the game is that sometimes it will slowly freeze. And here we are advised of the Italian-Ethiopian War and Germany taking back the Rhineland. Delete all. And I'm pretty sure we are Hoover? I forget who we are. Who was the president in the 1930s? I fucking forget. Roosevelt. Yeah, we're Roosevelt. And that would have been horrible if I forgot him. So I figured they retake the United States since they don't get involved until halfway in the war. So let's start it up first and foremost. We need to get some research. I'm gonna lock him from everything because I don't trust my advisors with research. Now we can develop some paratroopers, which we're gonna want to do. And then, how many do we have? 7. So that's 1. Two. Alright, large gun designs, let's get that. We don't have an air defense, or any air defense techs. We have some tactical bombers, which need research. Let's get some commercial refrigerators, 3. Improved power grid, 4. Industrial gas trim, that's 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5, 6. Well, let's get rid of improved industrial gas turbines and radio frequency transponders. Get the isotopes so we can start delving into atomic energy, because why not? why not? Amphibious assault designs, we want that. Carrier hydraulic catapults. I don't know. Semi-automatic rifles, let's get that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, 7. Now, as you can see, since we're in the research tab, I just wanted to queue up everything before I start talking. As you can see, research centers, there's 0, 0 active. Once we start, we just paused, I forgot. As you can see, it'll tell you if you're constructing any, or if you're gonna scrap any. Let me adjust the mic. It's gonna also let you know how many used slots there are and how many available ones. Later on, after this is fully out and isn't in early access, ministers will give advice on what to research, tech rating, and tech efficiency. And if you are sorry, new to the Supreme Ruler series, I would recommend reading a manual about it or seeing someone else's in-depth tutorial. I'm just going to try and point out the new features from the previous ones. Cold War was the last one, and that changed a lot from the 2020. So if you're coming from Supreme War 2020 or Cold War, then welcome aboard. If you're here to learn about the game, I would advise going to another channel or looking up a different thing, because I'm not good with that shit. So then we get to the defense tab for production. Now the tabs are a lot like the Cold War. You have your basic Air Force, Land, Army, Navy, and missiles. Here you can do the same. I like to put initiative on 0, but put that on full, and automate quantity, and we want offensive land. Yeah, if you just heard that laugh, I'm sorry. So with that said, let's put this into effect and officially start the game. But doesn't seem like diplomatic offer. Offered 67. You want 69? No. No. Fuck you, Canada. As you can see, we have the basic infantry tabs as usual, fabrication options, defense conditions, diplomatic offers. Alright, they're offering more. Use of nuclear weapons, it's already on? Wow. Usually I have to put that on. Battle zone settings there. These are practically the same from the original Cold War. Facility controls. Let's see, it lets you know how many are active in construction and how many you're getting rid of. Minister, you can do maintenance and salaries, and tell them to not mess with military spending, which I'm going to say I'm going to bump up training to 6 million. Then you have the defense, where it's the deployable and reserves. You have your missiles, global rules of engagement, which look different but practically are the same. Orders and cabinet, same as defense production. No. Germany's not getting anything. I know your sturdy little secrets, Hitler. Why would I support you? Here's our resources. One of the newest, and I haven't really messed around with it, but one of the newest resources in the game is rubber. Apparently we have a small problem. Go away, Canada. I don't want you. And apparently, if we go, where does it tell us? In here? No. Here we go. It eats up petroleum and electric power. Wait. Hold on. Petroleum. So this goes into making consumer goods and military goods. So instead of just relying on the basic petroleum to everything else, military goods now depend on rubber as well. So do consumer goods. So that's one of the basic implementations they have now. Delete that. And apart from that, resources are practically the same. Now moving into the financing, it looks a bit different from Cold War, but it looks more interactive to me. Has your GDP, domestic, average social rating, overall tax rate, and our credit rating for if we want to go in debt. One of the strange things is they keep transportation in the financing tab, which I don't know why. Maybe it's because of maintenance. And then we have our state, which gets diplomacy done. Japan, what do you want? Reject. Government. Our next election is this year. I sure hope we don't get kicked out. Okay, we're gonna accept it. And from here, it doesn't look like there's any changes. There's still colonies and stuff like that. Right now, we have colonies in the Philippines, which is right here, and we can make military bases just like the Cold War. I believe you couldn't do diplomacy straight up to colonies, but say I wanted to go to Taiwan and negotiate. Oh wait, never mind. We do go straight to Taiwan or Japan. Huh. It was different for the Soviet. I guess it only works if it's your colony then? Yeah, see, we can negotiate with our own colonies, but we can't negotiate with the enemies. They're not enemies yet, but they will be. So that's what this gets done. And North Atlantic. Oh, oops. South Pacific, North Atlantic. Tells you basically all the countries. Like in Central America, British Bahamas, right there. Could we negotiate? No, we gotta go straight through to Britain. Let me change my leg. It's falling asleep on me. Ooh. Alright, back to business. A whole lot doesn't seem to have changed. Possibly the espionage, it looks different. Let's set up espionage there. So, I don't know how the espionage works, but it has basic things from Cold War with funding insurgency, which I don't know if that's they're gonna replace that with resistance or not. Basic military protocols, the treaties, and then this, which surprisingly they went and put in special forces. Like for France, they have the Troupes da Marine, as we have the Marines and Rangers. And we have the parachuters. Like in Russia, they have the Spetsnaz and the Moskaya Pakolta. I'm pronouncing this horribly wrong. But as you can see, all countries, technically major ones I suppose, like the British, I wonder, do they have the SAS? They have commandos. No, they're just called the commandos. Diplomatic offer, accept, even if we are going to lose money. And then we go down to this. Hey look, they got the League of Nations. That's nice. And then something new that looks like they're about to put in is weather and forecasting. And then there's the whole loyalty thing, which doesn't really play a big role in the game. Like in 2020 there would be random resistances or uprisings in countries that you were invading, but not like once you annexed them, they weren't really coming back around. But I haven't really delved into World at War Command. I'm just thinking of all the wrong strategy games here, but I haven't really delved into what is it we call it? Oh, one of our intelligence agents. That's not good. But I never really played around in Cold War. I only did it once with the Soviet Union, and I was cheating like a son of a bitch because they don't start the game right, trust me. And we need to do some research. Land force improvements. Let's go with that. So that is what looks new. There's also, there's supposed to be a boat. Oh, the sprites were just taking forever to load in. Apparently we have the triangle of death here. Diplomatic Hungary, sure. And I showcased the wars aspect of this game with Italy. So this video is just basically to tell you what's new. And from what it looks like, the atlas is also the same. Yeah, that works. We are currently running a deficit of $2 million. That's not good. Let's just make things interesting and Go to war with Cuba. Actions against. And then war declared. Tensions heightened. DEFCON. They had a DEFCON back then. So maybe they're gonna attack. Hopefully. Battle zone controls. Offensive. And offensive. Doesn't look like they're attacking. I would micromanage, but I just want to see if Paradox has no, it's Battlegoat, right? Yeah, Battlegoat got their shit together and managed to get the land or naval invasions right this time around. Because I remember in Cold War they got it down, but wasn't that good. So here comes our first wave of ships, it looks like. Let's see. And I wouldn't expect it during the time period, but the range of these units, like their sight, is horrible. And it is currently leaning towards the Axis. So let's see what happens. So I wasn't thinking of actually doing a full out let's play. Just a thing to let you guys know what's new and what the interface looks like. The garrison is getting fucked up. Oh, one thing that is new is, let's look at it, is the way you garrison. Like, you no longer can garrison 6 units at a time, I think it was, or something like that. You now can only garrison how many people are there. That tank is making a push. Give that man a medal, but if you got like a population in the tens of thousands digit, then you can almost only put 3. Apparently there's 40 people living here, but because it's a military base, I guess we can put more. Like here, 7,000. Let's go to a bigger city and check that out. Like in Washington DC, we could have a lot. Wellington, that's a whole lot. Where's Philadelphia? There we go. Philadelphia, New York. Oh, that's not even. That's Newark. Diplomacy, nah. That would have been. What should have been the Allies being like, hey, you want to join? So first, let's see if we can have a victory over Cuba at first, so we could try some new things. One of the new things that is around is the ability to, I don't think it was in Cold War, the ability to take over the country and then restore natural borders with friendly relations. Which, if that tends to happen, and we do manage to make it to the Havana, we will do that. If not, I will personally start a new country in the Soviet Union and just steamroll Estonia or something like that. So let's showcase it. So how are you guys doing? Conquer Cuba. We will not let Fidel control this. I wonder. I am really curious now if we take over Cuba and either we control it, or put it under a colony, or just give back the ownership. Would Fidel Castro still rise to power? Here we are, just crushing the Cuban army right now. Let's take this barracks to, one thing I noticed is there's a lot of infantry, and I like it. And as you saw from the earlier episode in Italy's thing, we're gonna make some cool guns, like light machine guns. But one thing is, it's heavily infantry based in the beginning, which I love. So we're gonna make a push to capture Santa Clara. I'm pronouncing all these names wrong, just so that you know. What is this? China? Oh yeah, I forgot. We'll help China out, right? Why not? One of the most annoying things about this game, and it happened in Cold War as well, is every time you lose a unit, something will pop up here in your defense tab telling you unit lost. Which I'm sure if you're just monitoring a small little country, that would be fine, but if you're controlling something like the United States or the Soviet Union, and you start campaigning on North Korea, China, Japan, or the two superpowers go at it, I'm pretty sure you're gonna know units are gonna die. I'm guaranteeing your units will die. Let's see if we could take Havana, the capital. That is our objective. I will come back once we have the choice of annexing Cuba. Alright, I'm back. Oh, I was just gonna come and tell you guys I just took the capital, and that we would slowly push back and take the rest of the little cities, but there you have it. Congratulations, you have conquered Cuba. Chart the future for this nation. Before, I think there was annex and colonize, and I don't think there was liberate. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong, but let's do that. Liberate the country. And it has a new leader and friendly. I say friendly, but we still feel concerned towards Cuba. So now we could get like a formal. Curious, how is that going to turn out? Because wouldn't formal alliance just? Why would they not agree to that? If anyone would disagree, I feel like it would be us. And we just fucked their economy up. Look at that. Well, civilian opinion. What's the civilian opinion at? Oh, yeah. They feel... I guess they would feel disapproving after we just marched on them. Fortunately, we lost Guantanamo Bay, which is a shame. But there we go. America. Fuck yeah. That's something we would probably do. Just fuck up a nation in a couple of days and just leave. Like nothing happened. But that is Supreme Ruler 20. That got me saying 2020 right now, but this is Supreme Ruler 1936, a first look at the user interface. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Vibor Rebel signing off.